continues from Hollywood. Kevin Harlan alongside Bill Moss. A wild ending in the Dallas Giant game. We'll get to that in a second. Our feature game today, though, was the Tampa Bay Buccaneer Green Bay Packer game. A game the Packers held on 19th consecutive home regular season win. Bill, they haven't lost a home game to an NFC opponent in the Central Division since 1992. And, of course, it was a wild Tampa Bay scene as they go into Lambeau Field today to take on the Green Bay Packers.
The Bucs push the world champions. Trent Dilfer is picked off by Gabe Wilkins. Dilfer tries to tackle him. Wilkins leaps over him and races down the field. 77-yard touchdown for Gabe Wilkins. That was the turning point in the game. That's what won the game for the Green Bay Packers. That was Brett Favre to Antonio Freeman for a 6-yard touchdown, beating Donnie Abraham on the post. Tony Dungy not real happy, but he gets his troops fired up. Reggie White sacks Trent Dilfer. The Packers' defense loomed large. Dilfer sacked 3 times today, and that interception cost them the game.
So the last unbeaten team in the NFL, the Buccaneers fall 21-16, the final in Green Bay. Philadelphia, Washington. And, of course, a great interest to Jim Fossil and the New York Giants who took on the Cowboys.
Emmitt Smith dances behind the line before busting loose for a 21-yard gain. Led to a field goal here. Dallas went up 3-0. Then it's Dave Brown. He gets injured right here. He came into it with a sore pec muscle. He's injured here. He left the game, replaced by Danny Cannell. Troy Aikman goes back to pass. Tito Wooten in the middle of the field. Steps up, interception. He takes it 61 yards the other way for the go-ahead touchdown. New York goes on top there, 13-9, and goes up there to stay. And then it was Charles Way who takes the handoff and powers his way to the end zone for a 4-yard. But watch this play right here. That's Chad Bratzke who is circled. They snap the ball. He is offsides. He is offsides, and they call it on Eric Williams. Now, that should be offsetting penalties, and that play should be done over.
Giants have won 2 consecutive games. They take care of the Cowboys today, 20-17 in the Meadowlands. Philadelphia, coming off a tough loss last week in Minnesota, needed a win today against the Redskins.
Yeah, and here they take it by the foot. That's how you had to beat him today on the ground. Ty Detmer realized it. He takes it in for a 3-yard run, puts Philadelphia on top 7-0. They don't stop there. They give it to Ricky Watters. Ricky Watters up and over the top. He was over the top all day. That put Philadelphia on top 14-0. Gus Frerotte hooks up with Terry Allen for a 5-yard touchdown. They're back in the game at 17-10. Then Ricky Watters on the outside scored his second TD of the day. This one from 1 yard out. Turner and Watters, 169 yards rushing.
Terry Allen with only 12 carries today, 30 yards, and the Redskins are 0-13 when he has 20 carries or less. And the Detroit Lions, after beating Green Bay last week, riding high, going to Buffalo.
Todd Collins to Andre Reed, 43-yard touchdown. Todd Collins was lighting it up early and often. Scott Mitchell comes back in, tries to get Detroit back in the game. He runs in from 8 yards out, and he ties the game at 13. Then from there, it was Bruce Smith and Phil Hansen. They nailed Barry Sanders in the end zone. That puts them up 15-13 on the safety. Barry Sanders tackled in the end zone. And then it's Smith on a 56-yard touchdown run. 22-13.
So the Lions go to 3-3. Buffalo goes to 3-2. And we'll have more scores, more highlights coming up as the NASDAQ postgame continues from Hollywood.